Hello, it's Peter from Zzipp Media here in Weymouth. Today I'm talking to Kallum Gethins, who is the Chairman Director of Weymouth Carnival, as well as other um, organisations in Weymouth, and which I'm hoping Kallum will tell us about during this interview. So it's over to you then, Kallum.
Hi, Peter. Yeah, so thank you for having me in today's interview. So my name is Callum. I'm the chairman and director for the Weymouth Carnival CIC, and I'm also the director for Air 107.2, which is the local radio station within Weymouth and Portland. And I'm also the director for Dawson News Media Limited, and also the franchise holder for View from Weymouth and Portland.
Right. I noticed recently in one of the articles that you're talking about AI writing news items.
Yes. Now,
How do you think that's
that is a very, yeah, that is a very touchy subject with many people because obviously AI can be used in many different ways.
yeah,
And the way that I like to use it in business is to obviously i- increase the productivity and reduce the workload on all of the volunteers. So if there's any like major bits of paperwork that we have to do, um, we try and use ChatGPT to obviously reduce all of that workload as much as possible. And now with that, we do have to proofread it and make sure that it's obviously correct in terms of the grammar um, and in terms of all of the punctuation and all of that sort of stuff. But we don't use it for everything because obviously it's not perfect at the moment.
no.
Um, but that is like the sort of field that we like to use it in.
Do you think it makes your life easier as a publication?
So from the Dorset News perspective, yes, it does, because we can literally make articles within 2 to 3 minutes. Where if we're sat here writing out the articles by hand, it could take up to 30 to 40 minutes, etc. So it means that we can actually publish more articles every day, and just keep being consistent with all of the uploads that we do, essentially.
Right. So, as you say, you're involved with a lot of other stuff. The view from Weymouth,
Yeah.
and the carnival. How is that going?
So the view from Weymouth and Portland is a franchise that we have recently taken over from Duncan Williams, who is the actual owner of View from newspapers. So the view
Right.
from Weymouth and Portland is like a franchise off of that.
Right.
So you've got like the view from uh, Lyme Regis, Bridport, etc. So we are the holders for the view from Weymouth and Portland, um, and that is more like a community media outlet, and that's like the focus on that. And obviously, the future for Weym- uh, the view from Weymouth and Portland. I just keep saying it. So, um, yeah, so the future for that is to bring it back into print um, and have it online as well, because at the moment everything seems to be just going online, and that's where most of our readers actually come from. So that's where the organic readers come from after looking at the analytics of the website statistics.
Yeah. And also Weymouth Carnival. Uh,
Yeah.
you had a bit of a problem getting that off the ground again, did you?
Yeah, so in terms of actually trying to bring back the event, there were several issues that we've obviously faced. So the big one was obviously funding.
Right.
Now,
It was
obviously, the last carnival was back in 2018.
right.
So with that, there's also a lot of reputational damage on the brand itself. So the name Weymouth Carnival had a really bad brand name. So we've just been working hard throughout the 2 years that we've had the organisation now. Actually, yeah, because we started up in 2022 as like a brand new organisation as
Right.
a community interest company. So we've just been doing fundraising events. We've been doing events that cater for those with complex needs. So as an example, we did a fun fair event with Edward Denter, who is one of the fun fair operators in Weymouth, who comes down sometimes. So we did an event then. It was greatly appreciated. And then not too long after that, we did a silent disco as well for the kids with the complex needs. And it's really, really joyful to actually see them being happy in the environment that they love. Um, like where it's not too loud and it's not like a sensory overload.
Right.
It's all good for them, if that makes any sense. And we also do like other events down at the Centenary Club where we put on like discos. We did the Easter event just recently, and that was a great success. We did a Christmas event. We did a Halloween event. So the Halloween event was the first event that we did for 6 or 7 months, due to several other issues that we've had in the organisation. Um, and it was absolutely incredible. It was jam-packed. We had the mayor, Kate Weller, at the time actually come down and visit us.
Yeah.
So the council are actually showing their support, which is brilliant because that's what we need at the end of the day. Um, and also the council have been very good in several different ways in terms of any contacts because I've not really been in like the business side of things for that long, and that includes the events industry as well. And obviously, each and every year, I gained some sort of experience in different things, and it's all a big learning curve along the way as well, which is
Sure.
important. But the main sort of topic that we love about the carnival is that it's all based on the community, and every single member loves working in the community, and just making sure that everybody's happy. And if there's anything bad happening to any of the members on the committee, um, we like to help out as much as possible. So if they can't afford food, we step in as an organisation and assist them if need be, because obviously everybody's struggling with the cost of living crisis, and
Right.
it's important that we're the advocates who obviously support these people.
Yeah. Yes, I think Weymouth has great potential. Um,
Mm.
a lot of people say that Weymouth is dying, but I prefer to think she's sleeping. Um, she just needs a gentle waking up.
Yeah, yeah, and you've just got to have the right people on board to actually bring Weymouth back alive again.
Yes.
So yeah, I
Yeah.
do agree with your
Um,
comment about it being asleep.
the I went to a an event a couple of days ago about culture. They're bidding for the culture county of Weymouth and Portland, and I believe that a community like this depends on its culture, and it
Mm.
needs to remember about itself.
Oh yeah, definitely.
The only way you can do that is to record the people talking about their events and things. So I think that it's a good way for people to remember who they are, what they are, where they've been, um, and to share that with other people is what I do too, like yourself.
Yeah,
Um, yeah, I think that we need more culture. We need more things, more memories, if you will. So, how do you think the Weymouth uh, magazine is going to grow? Do you have any more ideas for? Are you going to put it? Is it going to be all online, or is it going to be published again?
so the view from Weymouth and Portland, we're aiming to bring that into print. So we've only taken over the franchise back in January, with a signed agreement. Um, and now with that, we've obviously just got to bring in some advertisements. And then obviously with the advertising money, we can then obviously start to bring it out into print, and obviously try and have it where it's in all of the supermarkets and
Sure.
how it was in the past where people can just walk into the supermarket, say whether that be Asda, Tesco's or anywhere like that. They can literally just pick up a free copy of that, take it home, have a read, and it's all of the stories about the events that are happening in the community or any local community heroes. They can read about it, and they can read about our little stories as well that we make within the communities of Weymouth and Portland. So that could be like a big scoop that we pick up here with Dorset News or with The View From.
Right. So, do you think that you think people will do that? Pick it up at supermarkets. I know I work at Morrison's now part time, and there are a couple of magazines there already
Hmm.
that people can
I
pick up.
mean, it's obviously all to do with how you advertise your brand, I suppose. I mean, inside of the magazines, you can do things like competitions or anything like that that would actually encourage people to pick up the magazine or the print
Yeah,
to actually read it. And then if they see quality content, there's going to be a high chance that they're going to pick up that magazine again. Um, well, and it's just one big cycle. As long as we're engaging with the readers in such a way that pulls them in towards us,
yeah,
that's the bit that counts, I think.
yeah. You've got to have something that keeps them coming back.
Yeah.
Um, Not the same as everybody else.
No, no, exactly. I
Everybody else
mean,
is trying to do the same thing.
no, yeah, so it's just got to be like organic content that has just been created within the organization itself. And then again, it comes back to the artificial intelligence. I mean, I'm a strong advocate for artificial intelligence, as you've probably seen online
Yeah,
in different places. And obviously, just like I said earlier, you've just got to use it sensibly and responsibly. Um, and we don't want to make articles that are not factually correct, because there was an incident with the Bournemouth Observer, um, which obviously caused a lawsuit, I believe, um, because they were just making fake articles using a chatbot, and they were just literally just rinsing that out um, to the point where it was just silly little stories on things that never actually happened.
yes.
So in that sort of aspect, we don't want to go down that route at all.
No, no,
We
no.
want to be the responsible ones to actually put out stories that people want to read, make sense, and at the same time, it cuts our workload in half as well. So it means that we could focus on the priorities of the organisation being advertisements and community engagement because they're the most important things.
Yeah. So you're going to try and stay away from politics as much as you can and religion because they are like rats' nests for press.
Yeah,
They're,
so in terms of the politics side of things, I am considering at the moment, so for the next local elections, to be standing up as an independent councillor.
right.
It's the first time I've announced this public. But yeah, that is my consideration at the moment, because I believe in strong community support, on local views that count, and I want to be that voice in the council chamber to really make a difference in the community because there's not really a lot of that happening as such at the moment. I like to be going out, meeting new people, visiting local businesses, and just seeing what ways that we could actually support them. And I think with the Weymouth Carnival, it's a great place to start because we could do different activities where we could do like a competition as an example where we sell tickets or photos in the independent businesses in Weymouth, so not places like Tesco, but places that are so businesses that are born in Weymouth itself. So it could be like a independent clothing store. So we could put some photos in there, um, and then we could do like a an event where people could actually just go into there and actually find those photos, and it would also just give those people the opportunity to buy stuff in that local business as well. So at the same time, it's also beneficial for us, as it's also beneficial for the local business.
Right. So it's like a treasure hunt.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, it's almost like orienteering as such, as
Orienteering.
like I used to play at school. Yeah,
Yeah.
but yeah. So that's like the sort of idea in that. Like again, I'm a strong advocate for local businesses and supporting them. I'm always in town, visiting local businesses, local charities, and just offering my support in many ways. So just as we're doing with the cancer research event, now I know that they're a national sort of company or charity even, um, but then at the same time, it's good to support the local shop in Weymouth because obviously Weymouth is a small town, and I'm about supporting local people. So
Right.
this is why we're doing the Weymouth Goes to Motown event. So if that's anything that you would like to go to, feel free to come down.
Yes.
Um, yeah, so it's a 60s night, and it's all in aid of cancer research, with Babe, which is like an organisation that is part of cancer research, researching into bowel cancer.
So have you got any? That's one of the events you've got coming up. You got any more?
Oh yeah, so we've got the Weymouth Carnival Fun Day, which is happening on the 14th of August. We are looking for volunteers. I've been sending out press releases for the last 2 days about trying to get some more volunteers in. So we've already got a few, but it'll just be nice to have a few more. Now, with all of the volunteers, I will say this now, just on your video, you will get food provided. So you will be given a voucher to go to a food vendor on site,
Right.
which will grant you a free meal and a drink. And also the drinks such as cans and pop, etc., can be provided by us as the organisation itself. And the event is 10 till 8 o'clock in the evening. So, so everything for the actual event is already in place, and I think it's going to be a great day. Um, and we're expecting a lot of people to turn up. So yesterday, actually, I was in a committee meeting, allocating budgets to different things like advertising and bands, etc. So the ball is rolling, um, and we are happy that the event won't get cancelled. I mean, obviously, I'm not the god; I can't control the weather as much as I wish I could. Um, but fingers crossed it don't rain, because
Yeah.
otherwise we might have to cancel or postpone it to a different day, which would then obviously cause a major headache. So not for myself, but for the other vendors on site as well on the day. And I'd just like to say a huge thank you to Redlands for offering us the site at no charge in return for some advertising on Dorset News.
Yeah. So when I publish this video, if you want to send me any links you want me to include beneath the video, and I'll paste
Yeah,
those in, and people can watch this video and click on those links.
yeah, yeah, that sounds
That'd
good.
be
I can find a few of the articles
Yeah,
about me. Yeah, that's not a
like
problem.
carnival links or anything like that you want people to know more about.
Yeah, that's fine. I can do that. That's not a problem.
Okay, so any final thoughts that you have?
I mean, I've got loads of thoughts, and I could sit
Okay.
here all day and talk to you about everything, but no. In terms of the interview, I think that is it. So I think I've made my main points in
Right.
the AI, the business, the carnival, etc. So yeah,
Okay. All right. Well, if that's the case, we'll call it a day. Thanks for the interview.
thank you, Peter. Thank you.
Yeah. I will let you know when the video is available, and you can have
Yeah,
a share it wherever you want.
thank you. You're a star,
All
Peter.
right.
Thank you for your time.
Okay. You take care of yourself. Bye for now.
Cheers. Bye bye.